So, first of all, I'm pretty disappointed because I just had a recording get completely ruined because of an OBS setting. See, this is where I was. I've traveled, I guess, further. Anyway, I'm still gonna re-record this though. I still feel like I have the energy. So I kind of just wanted to give an update for what's been happening this semester, even though my classes only officially started yesterday. I've actually been having quite a few failed recordings. Sorry, I just got a text. I've been having quite a few failed recordings lately, so I'll get into that later. This could be potentially a longer video. I'll shut up now. So, my classes officially started yesterday. Ooh, Desert Temple. I'm gonna go to that. My classes officially started yesterday. It went about as well as you could hope for the first day. My schedule is mostly better, with the exception of my class tomorrow, but I didn't have any classes today, and I don't have any on Fridays either. Tomorrow I have a class at 8 a.m., which is going to be really, really annoying. But I digress. I wanted to mainly talk about a conversation that I had with one of my friends earlier. One of my friends who doesn't go to the same school as me. See, I was kind of looking into the idea of transferring to that school already. Just because, the problems that I have with this school, not even... Wait, what is this? I'm not even... Oh, I'm not even going to collect that. Diamond horse armor, though. That sounds nice. Anyway, and an actual diamond. So, pretty much we were talking about the idea of that, and he's like, most of my roommates have moved out by now. And I've noticed that with, apartments with roommates, people always come and go a lot, but he said, most of my roommates have moved out now. You could definitely move in with me. The rent here would be cheaper than whatever your dorm situation is, most likely, and he was very much correct in that. It would be 3 times cheaper to do that. And when he first said that, I was thinking nah, that's probably not, it would be fun, but that's probably not a good idea. And then I thought about it, and it's like, you know what? I've just been stuck in a mindset for the last few years of just anything new is bad. I think I've maybe talked about that before, but yeah, I've been discouraged against really trying anything. So I thought about that a little bit more, and I'm like, it would probably be the best idea. I would be going to a school that isn't just better socially. People at my school currently complain about really everything related to it. Literally, the cafeteria has served fucking raw chicken multiple times here. So, plus a lot of the actually, no, the professors are good, but there's a lot of problems here. So I thought about, it's okay, I would be moving in with my friend for cheaper at a more fun school, and I would be paying less, and I would also be probably doing better academically because I won't be depressed all the time, most likely. It's probably a good idea. So I said that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm probably so down if I can. Talk to one of my parents about it, who approves of the idea as well. So I feel like last video I was talking about how I was going to try to do a lot better in my classes, obviously. But even somebody pointed out, it just didn't seem like I was doing it for the right reasons. I thought it was kind of obvious, looking back on it, that I was still only doing that just because it's kind of what my parents obviously would want me to do. They'd want me to do well in my classes. But I wouldn't be doing it to actually learn. It would just be for the grades, for the GPA, shit like that. But if I'm planning on transferring to another school, it would be really important for me to do well. Because if I didn't, then I would basically be screwed, and I wouldn't be able to transfer properly. Schools won't accept somebody who's failed all their classes, so I feel like I have another piece of motivation, even if it isn't the exact correct piece of motivation. Because really, what I should be thinking is, I want to do well in this class because I want to learn. But if I'm being honest, I think it's obvious that I just really hate schoolwork. If I'm being honest, I just do this, I'm just in college because it's what my parents wanted. They wanted me to get a degree, and it's because I thought that it was going to be a really... I wanted to do it for the experience of being in college. And I guess I've experienced a couple things, but it hasn't been what you would expect, and it's mainly just because of my school. That being said, yeah, that's where my motivation comes from. The idea of being able to try something actually new. Because the idea of moving in with my friends sounds fun. I know that people say that that's how you ruin a friendship or whatever, but like, we've literally talked about stuff like that, me and him. So we would be, I think, mostly on the same page with that kind of stuff. And since we're like, we wouldn't be in the same room. I would have my own room, keep in mind. I would have my own room. I would likely have my own bathroom. And it would also be with my friend, and it would be cheaper. 3 times cheaper than where I'm living now. Rather than if I went to the same school I'm going to now next semester, I would be moving into one of the upperclassmen dorms, which are even more expensive, and also a far walk from the main campus of my school. So that's kind of ideally what I'm hoping will happen. I do well, and then I can do that. If I were to have a really good semester here, then I would probably rethink that plan and just stay here, but it's good to have it out. Anyway. Another thing is, the first failed video from 2 days ago that I tried to record, which was only like 2 days after my last video was recorded and uploaded. It was sort of going to be ranting, and I'm just going to do that now, because it's still kind of an interesting thought. I'm going to, here, I will stop moving, because this is what I've been doing lately. Okay. So what I felt like complaining about was the idea of, to be a mature person, a mature and moral person, a good person, you have to learn to forgive and forget, as people would say. And I very much disagree with that, but I might be wrong for disagreeing with it because it's kind of my own brain in a way that doesn't allow me to do that. And I guess what I wanted to... I'm trying to explain this. I think if you can forgive, that's probably a good thing, but not to forget. Because I think forgetting, when somebody wrongs you really bad, trying to forgive and forgetting is how you get taken advantage of by the same toxic person over and over and over again. If you just forgive and forget every time that they do something, then you're going to be stuck in an endless loop, because some people are just going to keep doing that over and over again. And as for a specific experience, see, this story that I've told on my channel before, when I was in sophomore year, I had a stalker. And that stalker made my life kind of a living hell. And if you watch that video, I think it was called, like, My Detailed Experience Having a Stalker. It was my 100 subscribers special, which is kind of crazy that I'm at almost 500 now, but you can watch that if you want more context. But yeah, that guy was fucking with me and was fucking with all my friends and even my parents and, oh god, other family members. Like, that guy was a piece of shit. Anyway, when I went to a county fair, I think that's like country slang for it. I think other countries would call it like a fun fair or just a carnival, something like that. When I went to that with one of my friends, my oldest friend, who I've known since preschool, he mentioned the guy who stalked me and he said this out of nowhere, by the way. He just brought it up and he's like, oh, he's actually really cool now. I think you should bury the hatchet with him. And that's what he said to me. And at first I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, like, you know, he's totally changed. Like, everybody can confirm, like, he's a changed person now. I think you should, you know, forgive, and you should try to make amends with him. And I'm like, okay, hold up. I should be the one, like, trying to make amends with him after all the shit that he did. Like, good for him if he really did change, but his fucking books about me are still up. But anyway, I was saying all that. I was saying every reason why I'm not going to do that. He's like, I forget what he said exactly then, but it was something judgmental, and it took kind of every ounce of strength that I had not to fucking yell at my friend for that. He's somebody treating you like complete shit and then being told that you should like check up on them or you should try to make amends with them. That just pisses me off. So I thought about it. I'm like, okay, good for him that he's better. I don't hate the guy anymore since it was a year ago now, even after this story that I'm telling, the stalker guy still did more shit to me. So I was correct in not forgiving and forgetting and trying to be friends with him. But, you know, I guess I forgave him. I didn't hate him. But I'm not going to forget what he did and try to become friends with someone who I know is like an actual narcissist sociopath. So that's my opinion on it. You don't have to be able to forgive and forget to be a good person. If you can, good for you, kind of, but I think forgiving but not forgetting would be the most cautious thing. That was what this video was going to originally be about. But that being said, I think I've said everything that I want to say, and I'm going to go probably get some dinner now. So yeah, I'll keep you updated if anything else interesting happens. Goodbye.